All right, Black Power, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the General Sarah Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Very powerful day today. Very powerful day today. Got a line up of the ages. Just got off of Brother Pharaoh's page. We did a hot topic on Freemasonry. Here I'm black again on General Seti's YouTube page. About to set fire to this page, and then I'm running on over there to Sarah Student Seti's page, and I'm gonna set fire to that goddamn page too. Setting fires all over the place. Black Pop. To all my family out there, Patreon, General Sarah Student Seti, that exclusive Seti. You understand what I'm saying? The shit that you just won't see on YouTube. Have your ass over there on the Patreon. Become a patron today. Got live stream on my Patreon. See what I'm saying? Invested in that. So when you go over there, you got exclusive live streams on my Patreon that you only see on the Patreon. So go on over there, become a patron today. KingSeti.com online marketplace. You know what it is. Got a lot of fly products for the kings and the queens. Got t-shirts, got DVDs, got African Kemetic jewelry. Go on over there and copy some. I know you're going to find something real exquisite. To my family out there, GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, everything General Sarah Student Seti down through the years, all subjects. You understand what I'm saying? Over 500 videos on the site as we speak. Growing every day. Gonna be 1,000 damn videos on that website very, very soon. All right. Today, we're dealing with a hot topic. You know, a lot of people just don't want to, you know, they got this false understanding that somehow that God just dropped a book out the damn sky. You see what I'm saying? God just dropped a damn book out the sky. Perfect in all aspects. You understand? This is the myth that people believe. And so when we bring something up, is the Kaaba a secret Jewish temple in Islam? A lot of people say, oh, you know what? These niggas just be making up shit as they go. You understand what I'm saying? But clearly, family don't have enough information to dispute that. Okay? And I'm going to bring all facts to confirm it to the extent that it must be taken into serious consideration. Okay? Now, to warm you up to this, you know, what it is that would bring me to this. First and foremost, listen to the terminology. You know, the frequency of the terminology. Kaaba. KABBALAH. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's not, and that's just the, you know, that's just, you know, and a lot of people won't take even that into consideration. Because when you look at, you know, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, it's so many things that is in common. I find it hard to believe that one got a serious beef with the other. You understand what I'm saying? You know, they say, oh, Abraham was a Muslim and just that. Man, when you look at the differences, it's more similarities than it is differences. You see what I'm saying? They got a little well, Jesus is not the Son of God, but he damn close. He damn close in the Quran. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't deal with that. Jesus damn close to being God in the damn Quran. He was the only prophet that was born pure. Okay? Pure. He's the shining example of all prophets. And even in Islam, when they talk about the returning Messiah, it's Jesus. It's Jesus. It ain't Muhammad, it's Jesus. So, I mean, that's a very, very serious responsibility to be given above all other prophets. So even there, see, the thing is with Islam, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that being last, everyone, the Christian, the Jew, you understand what I'm saying? He placed in there everything that he needed. You understand what I'm saying? That to pull the rug from up under the Muslim. You see what I'm saying? And so in there, Jesus being so profound. See, the Romans, the Arab didn't have no books. Want to be clear about this. I'm warming y'all up before the Arab didn't have no books. These was goat herders. You understand what I'm saying? It was them Jews who owned them printing presses. Start printing that shit up. You understand what I'm saying? And when they printed it up, they put it together and put inside of it a lot of hidden chambers to where it's like the Muslim or the Arab. I'm gonna say the Muslim. You understand me? Because all Arabs ain't Muslims, but they put a chain on his neck. So anytime he really try to step out of line, they can yank his ass. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about, the hidden symbolism, and a lot of them are okay with it. You understand? They keep it to themselves and come out and to the public and try to dispute the Jew or dispute the Christian. But like I said, when somebody really puts up in your face all the similarity, like, man, go on about, get the fuck on up out my face with all that. You beefing with the Jew, control your ass. You ain't beefing with the Jew. What you mad about is when he put that damn book together, he put in it some chambers that he could always pull on your ass, and you wasn't smart enough to even know they was in there. And now that you done figured out they was in there, it's too goddamn late because it's been propagated to the world. You see what I'm saying? That really what you mad about. Let me add some. Let me put some things up here real quick to get it popping. Now we dealing with, is the Kaaba a temple for Kabbalism? You see what I'm saying? Now, the key thing about it that we need to know, a lot of people think that the Muslim, the only one that pray to a certain direction. It must be clear that the Jews also pray towards Jerusalem. You understand? They call it the Mizrah. So you understand there's a very, so wherever a Jew at in the world, when they pray facing Temple Mount, which is in Jerusalem. Now on Temple Mount today, they got the Dome of the Rock. Okay, they got the Dome of the Rock. Now that's the Islam, but they say on that Temple Mount is where Solomon's temple originally was located. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where they pray. That's where Jews pray. And so in Islam, it's called the KABBALAH. Okay? Now today, the KABBALAH, which is the direction of prayer, is towards Mecca. Today. See, today. But what's clear and what's really not taught to the world is that the first KABBALAH of Islam, was Jerusalem. And it's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. And they won't dispute that. So the Muslims prayed towards Jerusalem for 18 years. Back it up. I'm backing, go in there and look it up. You can look it up. KABBALAH. That's all you have to do is look it up. KABBALAH. And it'll tell you that the Muslims prayed towards Jerusalem, not Mecca, for 18 years. But then you teach that, Mecca is so holy. It wasn't holy then. It wasn't the holiest city for 18 years. You see what I'm saying? What happened? You see what I'm saying? Now, that's key. Because even when you're dealing with Islam and you know the history of Islam, the Jews had a foothold in Arabia long before Islam was there. Because when Muhammad came into the so-called knowledge of God, he started wars with certain of Jews that were in Arabia. Now, let me be clear about it. What they call in Jew, a lot of them was Africans, the Ethiopians, and so on and so forth, who had, a particular form of what you call Hebrewism, this, that, and the third. They were in the land. That land was originally a part of the Aksum or Ethiopia. That's what they call Sheba. Wasn't no Arabia. Even when you go in the Bible, and I'm not accrediting none of it, you understand what I'm saying, to be any historical record of truth, but since you got three so-called religions that come from one source, Abraham and Moses and this, then we could use one against the other. And so, according to the Bible, that land belonged to the Cushites, the Ethiopians, which was from a different branch than the Arab. The Arab was a Shemite from the brother Shem. But Sheba and the Cushite were from Ethiopia, the son of Ham, who symbolically represents black people in the Bible. We know it ain't, it's some garbage. And we're going to take it out before the video over, but we using one against the other. Because they say it's all holy. Okay? They say it's all holy, so we're going to use one against the other. So that's key that you understand that the Jew was in the land before Islam. See, I don't want y'all to understand. They was in Arabia. It wasn't Arabia then. It was Sheba. It didn't become Arabia until the Arab became the dominant force in the land. Okay, that's what y'all need to understand. You see what I'm saying? So the Jew had money. They had wealth in the land. And so what's key when you reading about Islam is that even when you watch movies concerning it, that they had 360 idols in the Kaaba. Now that's solar worship. That's solar worship because that deals with the circumnavigational revolution of the earth around a complete revolution around the sun, which is 365 days. So that's symbolic, that's solar worship. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to know that numerology so that you would understand what it means. Okay, so when you talk about the 360, and so when you read, it states that the Meccans gave whoever they dealt with on the economic platform, they gave them, they got presents in the Kaaba out of respect because they economically dealt. So they wanted to show respect to all peoples, God, who they had economic ties with. And so understandably, the Jew who was in the land had money. So they had presence in that Kaaba also. You see what I'm saying? So now when we deal with the term Kaaba, Kabbalah, but even in Kabbalah, I want y'all to see something. Kabbah Allah, Kabbalah, Kabbah Allah. If you break it down, you see that Allah is in Kabbalah. Not only let me shrink that so you can see it on one plane. See, so let me get out of here. Where it is, B. I think I spelled it wrong up there. KABBALAH. You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with Kabbalah, you understand, sometimes they spell it with a K, sometimes they spell it with a Q. You understand what I'm saying? You know, sometimes they spell it with a K, sometimes they spell it with, but you see in Kabbalah is Allah. You understand what I'm saying? Missing a L, but it's there. So it's KABBALAH. You see what I'm saying? So usually it ain't no coincidence when you dealing with religions that's so close like that you just don't have a coincidence. It's not that the most sacred of, you understand, the most sacred of your temples, your God, so simple in many respects that that's just a coincidence. And y'all got the same prophets. Y'all have historically been dealing with each other for 1,000 years now. You understand? 2,000 years. And so that's not a coincidence. There's a reason for that. It's because of the borrowing from each group to the other group. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what's key? What's key? And I'm bringing this up right now. This is hard talk. Motherfucker, I done already hurt motherfuckers right there by number one showing the KABBALAH that they first prayed to Jerusalem. So that's showing you the mind state that show you that the Jew had power over the so-called era to where he prayed to their holy land. You see what I'm saying? Prayed to their holy land. What? Mecca wasn't holy at that time. Okay? And then also showing that Kaaba is in Kabbalah, but not only Kaaba, which is the sacred cube in the city of Mecca where they go and do their pilgrimage. Allah, Kaaba, and Allah, the God of the Kaaba. You understand? At this time, both is in Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism. Okay? Jewish mysticism. Now, the thing is, where did this Jewish myth hit? You know, in mythology, the Kabbalah descends from Solomon. Okay? Solomon, who supposedly got a ring from the archangel, if I'm not mistaken, Michael. And with this ring, he was able to control demons. Well, that's in Kabbalism. You understand what I'm saying? That's why the word is so powerful. If you know an entity's name, you know, but with the ring, he was able to, you know, call that name and control the demon. And not even in the Kabbalah say they could control God, you know, through words and, you know, pronunciations and shit. That's why certain names is so holy that you ain't even supposed to say it. I'm doing one on video on the tetragrammaton, and that's the initials of Yahweh, which ain't nothing but the Son. You understand what I'm saying? And they saying it's so holy, you can't even say it. Well, I done said it, goddammit. Tetragrammaton. Okay? And when you look it up, it's nothing. Every time you see it, it's inscribed in the sun disk. Okay? It's inscribed in the sun disk. And then when you spell it out, tetragrammaton, and I ain't gonna do it right now, Atan, which is the god of Akhenaten out of Egypt, is in tetragrammaton. Go look this shit up. ATON is the last four letters of this supposedly, you know, abbreviation of God in the Kabbalah, in Judaism. Okay? So there it is. So you see, you know, you got to understand that it's more than just what's in the goddamn 4 books of Moses and shit. Y'all got to come out of that's the shit they get a layman. That ain't the shit the priest behind the, in the elite of Judaism is really practicing. Okay, now I asked the question. Here we go. The pictures is coming soon. The Jew is the father of the Arab. Why do I state that? Why do I state that? And I'm backing it up with Islamic literature. You know why? Because they state, wait a minute, let me get that out of there. Let me get that out. I don't need the banner in there this time. I don't want it blocking that. I don't want it blocking that. What they state in Islam, and it's hard for niggas. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, tetragrammaton. You spelled it right. You understand? Violent king. Tetragrammaton. You see at the end of tetragrammaton is aten. Okay? Which you understand? And then when you look at it, you see that the initials of Yahweh is always inscribed in the solar disk. Now, the Jew is the father of the Arab. Why does I state this? Because number one, when you go into Islam, this is what they state, that all the prophets before Muhammad was Jewish. Hear me out? Listen, go look it up. I don't give a goddamn whether you like it or not. They'll tell you that all the prophets before Muhammad were Jews. And that Muhammad was the only prophet that was Arab. They state that. Now, number one, they say that Muhammad, that lineage of the Arab come through who? Ishmael. Who was who? The son of Abraham. Who was Abraham? A Jew. A Jew. Okay then. So when I say the Jew is the father of the Arab, and they say they come through Ishmael, and that Abraham was his father, then the Jew is the father of the Arab. That's facts. Deal with that, motherfucker. Deal with it, whether you want to. And the fact is, and I'm going to deal with that, even in the Islamic faith, hear me out, even in the Islamic faith, you go to Hebron, and I'm going to show it. The temple or the burial place for Abraham is in Hebron. Okay, it's in Israel for the Muslim. You understand what I'm saying? For the Muslim, they know. So he's buried in Israel. So he's a Jew. So this is what I'm backing up. I ain't even got into the photos yet. Okay, this is to warm you up to let you know that I don't. And when you see the photos, it's gonna come realer to you. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna come realer to you. So I'm establishing right there. Well, let me get back. I got so many damn lectures up. This shit ridiculous. I got so many damn lectures up. It's ridiculous. I got about 10 damn lectures up. All right. Okay. Now, again, just to show you, because the Kabbalah, when you talk about the Roman Catholics, see, you see the Pope, what he wear? He wear the goddamn, the yarmulke, which is Jewish. He wear the motherfucking same shit the Jew wear. You understand what I'm saying? So he ain't nothing but a Jew. And so when they get behind the scenes, you understand what I'm saying? They all coming from that same lineage. So when you talk about the cube is a cross. Okay, and I can show that one right now. I can show that one right now. Let me bring that on down. It opens up into the form of a cross. You see what I'm saying? It opens up into the form of a cross. So when you see right here, and I'm gonna come on out of that so you can see it all the way. You see right there. And then and when I dealt with, Solomon, you can go look it up. Solomon controlled the demons, and he was given power by Saint Michael, the archangel, who gave him the ring. When you talk about the Lord in the rings, that's just an extension of, Solomon, who was given that power. That ring you see on the Lord of the Ring, that's Solomon's ring, and he was given the power to control the demons. Okay, so when you go into Hellraiser, what do you see? You see the cube. If you open the cube up, it opens up into a cross. Okay, see, this is what I mean by how they hid themselves inside of Islam, to where if he tried to, they gonna yank his ass back on the leash. He knows that. That's just like if you watch one of the Lord of the Ring, where I don't know if it was part 2, where they had little Gollum. They had little Gollum on the chain, and they had caught his ass. You understand? He was trying to get the ring back, so they caught his ass and they put him on the chain, and he was whining and they was yanking it like bring your ass on. And so that's Islam. They crying because they didn't have the intelligence to write no books or this, that. And so when the Jews and them Catholics put this shit together, they instilled in him many chambers that he cannot get out of. You understand? So he whining like little Gollum. But you understand, this is why am I doing this? Because so many people act as if this shit is given down from the sky by God. And that, you know what I'm saying? All this, and this shit is nothing but demonology. You understand what I'm saying? And all man-made demonology, encasing minds all across the world in a spiritual slavery. And when you talk about a cube, you're talking about a cell. When you're talking about a cube, you're talking about a cell. So you see right there, okay? You see right there that the cube on Hellraiser, and that's the same cube. Don't get it. When you talk about, listen, when you talk about a symbolism like a cube, I don't care where you see it, in spirituality, in mathematics, whatever it is, the definition of that thing is the same. You ain't gonna take it out of this definition. The cell, the box, a nigga in a box. You understand what I'm saying? You in a box. That means you trapped. When you talk about a cube, it's like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You locked in. You can't get out. Where, the circle is eternity. You understand what I'm saying? It can go on and on and on and on. Free flowing. You see what I'm saying? But a box is a cell, and it's containment. When you talk about contain, it's imprisonment. You see what I'm saying? So you cannot get out of that definition and when you're dealing with it. Okay, let me get back up here so I can get back on to. And so I dealt with the fact, number one, that's very powerful. Even in Islam, Ibrahim, which is Abraham in the Quran, was a Jew, and he built the Kaaba. Okay, that's what it's taught. That Ibrahim built the Kaaba. But what's not being stressed is that he's a Jew. Even in Islam, I'll go look it up. Any nigga that want to go look it up and drop the shit in the chat room, any Muslim, any Christian, any Jew that wanted to dispute this information, drop in Islam. I don't want you to go get it from I want you to get it from Islam. So if you go into Islam, it states that the only fucking prophet that wasn't an Arab, wasn't a Jew, was Muhammad. He was the only Arab prophet. So I'm stressing the fact that Ibrahim was a Jew. And it's stated in Islam that him and Ishmael, his son, we know they fictional, but again, we're going to use this to back up what I'm saying, built the Kaaba. The Jews built the Kaaba. Now we getting down to it, nah? So it ain't just so if they built the Kaaba, if the Jew Ibrahim or Abraham built the Kaaba, then we would expect that what he infused in it was what he brought with him from Judaism. Okay? Because there ain't no damn Islam, because there's no Islam until Muhammad. Until Muhammad get the Quran from, they say goddamn Gabriel spoke to him in a cave, you understand, and told him to recite, you understand, until then, there is no Islam. Even though they try to reach back and say, well, these was Muslims, I don't want to hear that. It ain't no damn Mecca, there's no Kabbala, there's no Mecca, there's no Quran, there's no damn Islam. I don't want to hear that. So if he built the Kaaba long thousands of years before Muhammad, then we would expect that he infused in it those things that were a part of Judaism. And so if a Jew built the Kaaba, and that one in the mystical form of Judaism is Kabbalah, and a Jew built the Kaaba, what would be far-fetched to believe that what we call the Kaaba was established for Kabbalism long before what they call Islam, and that when Muhammad came on the scene, this is what they was removing. This is what they was trying to remove, because if it was the same shit as what he said, that Ibrahim was a Muslim, and then he wouldn't have had to remove it. He wouldn't have had to remove it. But when so-called Muhammad got on the damn scene, they had to come in there and clear it out. And them 360 whatever fucking idols that was in there, them is the demons and all of that in Kabbalism, that if you practice Kabbalism and y'all, those who fuck with it, that shit just like a Ouija board. You dealing with numbers and you dealing with letters. Okay, and then, and so certain letters can produce, power over a thing if you know the name, a particular name. So if you know the demons and you got the power of the Kabbalah or the power of Solomon, you can control that demon. You see what I'm saying? Let's deal with it, family. We're going in deep now. Now this is Islam. Now this is the tomb of Abraham. But it's in Hebron. It's in modern day, the criminal colony Israel of today. So they know that Abraham was a Jew. They know because he's buried in Israel. Okay? Now, so if Muhammad prayed towards Jerusalem, would it be that hard to believe that the Muslims adopted other practices of the Jews and Christians? So we look and we go to the Kaaba. You understand? They just put that up there. That's fresh. You can see all that stone, that cement or that mortar they done smeared up there. That's new. So I want y'all to think that ain't nothing old about that. You see how they put their hand on the Kaaba, and then you go to Jerusalem and they put their hands on the Wailing Wall and shit and this, that, and the third. And just like you see them go over there and put their head and forehead on the Kaaba, you see them go to Jerusalem and they put their head on the damn wall of so-called Temple Mount, which the wall ain't got nothing to do with Solomon Temple. That's the wall of Herod, who was the oppressor of the Jews. That just show you how confused they is over there praying on the wall of their oppressor, and they know that. They know that's not Solomon's temple. They know that's the wall of Herod, the oppressor of Jews, and they still go over there and put their head on it, faking like motherfucker. Let's deal with it today. So we see that they got many of the same practice. They love worshiping walls. They love worshiping walls, even though they ain't got no writing on their wall. They don't have nothing. Ain't their wall ancient or got nothing to do with the they claim they come from. It seemed to be holy to them for some reason. Now, look at this. Now, these are these Jews now, and you see that they put that cube on their head. You understand what I'm saying? and they put prayers in it and shit. I don't know if it's supposed to amplify and go deeper into their brain or their soul or whatever. But now we seeing similarities. Okay, I'm pointing out the similarities. So when I say that, the Kaaba is a secret temple for the worship of Kabbalism, I don't want nobody to sit up here and say, oh, Seti just put some shit up here just for the sake. No, motherfucker, you can't deal with it because you's a traditional bootlicking nigga and you don't know nothing outside of traditional history, nigga, which is falsified information put together for the laymen, the slaves. You understand what I'm saying? That's who it was put together for. So you see right there, you see the cube, and then you see certain letters, and I'm accepting that it might mean, just like the tetragrammaton, it has some, the letters of God or whatever it is, Judaism or whatever that is. And so again, we go back to the cube. That's containment. Whatever it is, whatever the info, that's containment. They want to contain it. You understand what I'm saying? It either contain it in their mind or their spirit or whatever but it's imprisonment. A cube is imprisonment, is containment. Okay? Now, let's talk about the cube now, because we're talking about, Kabbalism and its control. When you think about Kabbalism, the aspect, I don't hear control, where they say if they know the name of God, they could control God. You understand what I'm saying? If they know the name of God, they could control God. So when we watch Star Trek, what was it says that the Borg, and they was floating around in space in this goddamn cube. What was the message of the Borg? Assimilate, containment, imprison, assimilate, submit. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what the Jew has done all throughout history. You understand? Unwilling, in a subversive way, to where you don't even know that is happening. You understand what I'm saying? You pick up the book, you take it in whole, and in reality, there's so many chambers. There's so many potholes and chambers in it that you're guaranteed to fall in at some point in time and be contained and imprisoned. There's no way to get around that. So again, you see the cube throughout, and when you see it, you see how in Star Trek they didn't step out of that. Every time you see it, it's gonna be the same. Assimilate. That's all the book. Assimilate. They're in the cube. Assimilate. You see what I'm saying? So you see what it is. So occult similarities of the cube and Kabbalah and Kaaba. You see what I'm saying? And again, you see right there that Allah is in Kabbalah. You understand what I'm saying? They just separated Kabbalah. You got the Kaaba, which is the actual Arab temple. You understand what I'm saying? An Arab temple of the Kabbalah deities and Allah. Is no coincidence that you could have both the sacred temple of Islam and the deity in one word. There's no damn coincidence in that. And that they both have a cube, a sacred cube in the spirituality. You understand what I'm saying? In the demonology, in the practice of that said religion. There's no goddamn way. I'm not a fool. Okay, I did that one already. When you crack the code of the cube, the master will appear. You see what I'm saying? And so what we doing today, so now the thing is, when you crack that motherfucker, something gonna come out of it. You see what I'm saying? And that's just like Kabbalah. When you crack the code, you have power. You bring something into this world. That's what it is. You understand? So when you're dealing with a hellraiser, you fucking with that cube, and you turn it, and you understand, you unlock the code, you somehow you gain the possession of a certain name, or you know what I'm saying, which cracks the code, then you have power over that such thing. So most people that brought, they have power over the demon until that tricked them into doing some shit that would release them from the obligation to be subservient to that person who unlocked the cube. Okay, let's deal with it. So just like when you unlock this one, the true deity come out. I don't give a fuck about the true deity will come out. That this is nothing but a form of Kabbalism. And just like they got the tetragrammaton, and let me show y'all. Matter of fact, where's that tetragrammaton? Hold on. Hold on. So I can show people, because a lot of people saying, damn, the Seti, what's a tetragrammaton? I want y'all to see this. Okay, here it is. And this my thumbnail. See that? In the back, you see right there? That's a tetragrammaton. And it's inscribed with the Hebrew name of God. Okay, and so when you separate our time, you see that's the sun god of Aten. You see what I'm saying? Going in on their ass. The time is up. You fucking with the best when you fuck with Seti, bitch. I'm breaking you down. There's nobody can run from me at all. I can guarantee you, I got your ass. You can run, but you cannot have. So when you see the tetragrammaton, wait a minute. Look at the, wait a minute. I got to show you up close. You see the sun disk, and so what the Christians did, you know, the tetra is Jesus. You see, he took the solar, he stole. You understand the African spirituality and the sun god in Egypt, which was Horus and Ra, and so Jesus was a Serapis image that was created to steal the spiritual birthright of African people being the chosen people of the sun. You understand? They stole our birth, creating all these faker deities. And this, in Judaism, it's the tetragrammaton. In Christianity, is Jesus. You understand? With the halo behind his head. You see what I'm saying? And you can even go into Islam and see right there the sun disk right there on the Quran. I don't know if I got the up close. You can see right there on the doors of the Kaaba, which I should have had it in here, but you know I couldn't put but so much in at one time. You can see the sun disk is on the door of the Kaaba. Okay, the tetragrammaton. So to the Christians, this sun disk, that's Jesus. That's why Jesus is so powerful. You understand what I'm saying? The Jew, the tetragrammaton is right on the front cover of the Quran. Do you hear what I'm saying? They sit up all day talking about don't worship the moon, the stars, and all of this, the sun and this, that. And if you worship, and you can go right to their damn Quran, you can go right in the mosque, and you can see the sun disk all over the mosque. It's time to stop lying, Muslim. It's time for you to stop lying. When you seen it in Egypt, you say, oh, this is perverted worship. Sun, you don't worship the sun, you worship Allah. And then come right to the Quran, and you niggas got the damn, and you Arabs, you phony Arabs got the damn sun disk right there on the Quran. You know, trying to stir us away from the cosmic reality of creation and steer us toward a fake deity named Allah, and then in reality, behind the scenes, you worshiping the one and only true God, the cosmic creation that the energy of the universe put here before all our eyes, while we searching and asking for these gods to even speak to us, and we can't even, and the cosmos been speaking to us since the day of our birth, but we have not been connected. We have not been listening. We've been listening to these fake preachers, these fake imams, and these fake ass rabbis. Time to wake up today. The cube, Pandora's box. Hear me out. It don't make no difference. You can go in any, from the Greek freak the Muslim, to the Jew, to Hellraiser, to the goddamn Borg. Do you understand that in all of those concepts is some perverted, evil, containment, imprisonment? Ain't nothing righteous about that. You see what I'm saying? So you see right here, Pandora, which is the Eve of Greek. What Eve is actually Pandora. I ain't gonna say Pandora's Eve. Eve is Pandora. You go, Pandora's the first woman in Greek psychology, and just like Eve, she was responsible for bringing the ills of the world upon humanity. She was told not to open the box because of what it contained, and she opened the motherfucker anyway. And when she opened the box, all the ills of the world, and just like Eve was told not to eat from the tree, she ate from the goddamn. We know all the other story, but you see, that is in actuality the same story, perverted. You understand? Few things moved around. You understand? But the same old damn story. Okay? Wait a minute. Let me come up out of there. Hold on, family. Let me go on and put a few more things down, because it ain't gonna be proved. I didn't prove it my fact. You know what I'm saying? But I would have to be on here all night. You understand what I'm saying? I would have to be on here all night. And so I'm gonna drop this one just to, you know what I'm saying, just so y'all can see. You see the tetragrammaton right there, right? You see the tetragrammaton, and then you see Atan. You see Atan right there. That's Aten. That's Atan right there. You see what I'm saying? And then you come over here, and this the tetragrammaton with the sun disk and shit with the initial of Yahweh. So if I was just to take this, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, wait a minute. I'm on one damn lecture, thinking it's the one that's on the screen. Hold on, family. Let me get back on this lecture. Okay, this is Aten right here, and this the tetragrammaton. You see what I'm saying? And you see right there that all it is Aten or Ra, which is the Egyptian sun deity. You're not been in no damn Egypt for 400 years, and then you didn't take nothing out of it. And we know you wasn't there, but then for the sake of saying that, taking the Bible and using it against the people, they say they was in Egypt for well, what did you take? So if we seen sun discs all over Egypt, and then we come up in your synagogue and we seen this, well, we say, well, goddamn, this is, you took the solar, you hid it with, certain terminology, but in actuality it's the same thing. So if I took them same initials and put it inside this disc right here, that's your tetragrammaton. It's the stolen worship from ancient Egypt. I'm gonna be doing that video. I don't know what day it is. You could go on my either General Seti or Sarah Seti, and you'll see I'm gonna be dropping that one real soon. You see what I'm saying? So let me get back on over here to this. Where that Islam one at? Hold on. I'm gonna drop a few more for you right quick. You understand what I'm saying? So I can go out like a king supposed to. Where that Islamic spoke. There it is. Hold on. I might can show y'all something right quick. Here it is. So you want to talk about the tetragrammaton? I'm gonna just drop some things in real quick. You understand what I'm saying? So when you talk about where'd that go? Here you go. The tetragrammaton. You understand? You talking about Judaic what's in Kabbalism, and what did they add to Islam? So when you see right here on the Quran, see they slit. This is symbolisms that they hide. It ain't nothing but the winged sun disc. These two symbols right here representing the wings, and so it's also an eye in there, the eye of Heru or Ra, right there on the Quran. You see what I'm saying? This is what the Jew added to Islam. This is what listen. And then when you take this one, I'm dropping hardcore. Look at it. This is the Pope kissing the Quran. And a lot of people think they so admiring that. Man, the Pope kissed the Quran. Why did he kiss the Quran? Because to the Pope, the sun disc on the Quran represents Jesus. Do you understand what I'm saying? It represents Jesus. So when you see the Pope walking down doing mass, and he got all the sun discs, and then the little bread wafer. You understand what I'm saying? Is in the form of a circle. You understand? Just like the sun. And I didn't seen it, and you didn't seen it. You know what it is. Hold on. I'm not done. To let y'all know, the Tetragrammaton. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at the dome is only the rising sun. You understand what I'm saying? That's all the dome is. So when you look at it, that's what, so don't let them run that bullshit. It's hidden within the symbolisms of Islam. Okay, it's hidden within the symbolisms of Judaism and Christianity. So what am I saying? Let me come back on, y'all. Let me come back on. Is the Kaaba a secret Jewish temple for Kabbalism? It is. It's locked in to where they can't get out of it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm gonna tell y'all. That's why they got Freemasonry. This is where they all come and forget the pseudo religions that they give the world. They come back into, and this is what they look at when they come, whether they be Muslim, whether they be Christian, or whether they be Jew. This is what they look at when they come into that lodge. I'm going to drop this right on in, and I'm going to get ready to go on over there to Cyrus and Seti page and drop that heavy information on military cosmology. That's what's up next. You understand what I'm saying? Whether they be Christian, whether they be Muslim, or whether they be Jew. I'm gonna go out on this. All of them come in the lodge so that they can worship the one and only true religion in a falsified form, which is Freemasonry. The Masonry and the Brotherhood of ancient Egypt has nothing to do with today's wicked organization. They then took symbols only to pervert them. And many times, a lot of people have latched ancient Egypt to that. And so a lot of the pervert Egypt get blamed for as well with the perverted information. Egypt didn't have, none of this shit even existed at the time of ancient Egypt. Was built upon the most righteous principles ever created by humankind. And that's why it lasted so long. Over 25,000 years. Nothing that long would have, nothing could last that long built on wickedness. Okay, nothing. Wickedness always gonna collapse in due time. So they all come into the, now this, and I'm showing you this Muslims, I got the Muslims, all of them, and doing that and shit, the Christian and the Jew, the elite. They don't give a fuck about that shit or what the laymen doing, blowing each other up and fight. They don't give a fuck. They meet behind the scene and they discuss how they gonna keep that shit going so they can keep control of the world. They put on all the uniforms and go, I'm the Pope, I'm the Imam, I'm the, and this, that, then they come back and they meet in the lodge. Muslim. That's how I know, because in Freemasonry, that's the God of Kabbalah. That's what they practicing in fucking Freemason. Even though you got the Egyptian regalia, they practicing Kabbalah. I don't give a fuck if it's a Muslim, Christian, Jew, goddamn Protestant, motherfucking this, that, or the third. They practicing Kabbalism in there. So, but when they go in there to keep their in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, you see right there, the face of the one and only true Pharaoh that ever, the black man. And you see it right there. That's a black man, no doubt about it. So they clear about that. So we got, if they behind the scenes worshiping us and we out here with the garbage, you understand, wasting our time, diluting our energy, that's telling you something. They know what it is. Even getting off into the argument about, you know, Freemason symbols and shit, this, that, and the third. They change that shit up every day. If you get to arguing symbols, you'll be arguing symbols forever. Because a motherfucker change a symbol just like a motherfucker change a password. You understand what I'm saying? It'll mean this, and then when you they've been to left and did something different, and they like got niggas, oh, this is Masonic, and some of it will be. But to keep your mind, you know, they leading you somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? The Quran leading you away from the truth. The chaser symbolism is leading. Yeah, we expose some things, but the greater things are not exposed, because we looking over here while the truth of what we need to be aiming for is over here. So just like they say in the art of war, you make a noise in the east and you strike in the west. You make a noise in the west and you strike in the east. And this is what they doing to us, y'all. So again, tonight is the Kaaba secret Jewish temple for Kabbalism. I've proven without any doubt the heavy influence of Judaism in Islam. And the main mystical teaching in Judaism is Kabbalah. And it's no coincidence for me that your sacred temple and your God is inside of Kabbalah. Jewish mysticism, occult mysticism. And so I seal the deal on y'all. Quit lying, talking about some Allah gave some fucking book to some goddamn illiterate Muhammad. You must think I'm illiterate. All right, family. Let me see what we doing, what we looking like. All right. Get on over there. Sarasu Seti. I'll be on in 5 minutes. You know what it is. Make sure you check me out. GeneralSeti.com, Patreon, General Sarasu Seti, and of course, KingSeti.com online marketplace. Black Pop.